Hey guys. All right, it's time. Good morning. So our Monday practice is always a practice where we focus on the foundation and a bit of level 1 alignment. And today, or especially this week, we're focusing on the core and on the deep core. So this class is for everyone. Especially, we'll focus on some postpartum exercises that you can do to access your deep abdominal muscles, and a lot of breath work to get into the core. So people have been asking me, well, how did you get in shape after having a baby? And for the first 6 months, I didn't do a lot. Especially for the first 8 weeks, I didn't do a lot except for breathing, foundational arch work, pelvic floor work, and bandhas. So the breath work in combination with very slow and mindful exercises around the abdomen are key. So this week, let's get into the core. And as we progress throughout the week towards level 3 on Friday, it's going to get really hard. But today, let's learn the basics. Okay, so we're actually going to start standing. And come to a standing position with your feet aligned at hip bone distance apart. As you find your position, you want to rock to the outer edges of your feet and then back in. And just do that a few times so that you can explore the arches of the feet, the midline of the legs. And this actually, for some, it acts as a good stretch for the pelvis. For others, it will act as a nice stretch for the lower ankles and calf muscles. So just move in this interesting way. Okay? You don't have to do the hands. The hands are just mirroring the feet. All right, then come to a standing position again, neutral. Put a bend into your knees and draw your pelvic floor up, which means to gather the base of the pelvic muscles in and lift them slightly, like you're just springing up in a trampoline. With a soft bend in your knees, lengthen your tailbone down. And you'll see that action. When you lengthen the tailbone down, the belly pulls in. So that's really the first step, is to find a neutral long back and a neutral activation throughout the entire abdomen. And just stay like this. Soft bend in the knees, tailbone long, belly in. And close your eyes. You do not have to move into Ujjayi breath, but you could. And as you move into the breath, move in slow and steady. A long inhale. And a long exhale breath. Okay, so let's direct the breath. When you breathe in, fill the base of your ribs. And when you breathe out, lengthen your tailbone. You'll feel the effect of the core. Inhale, breathe in. Pull the breath into your lower abdomen. And exhale, lengthen your tailbone down. So just breathing. Inhale, breathe in all the way down into the base of your ribs. Exhale, tailbone down. So in our exercises, we'll keep this function of breath moving deep into the body, tailbone moving down with each exhale. In the practice of yoga, sometimes we work into this really hollow belly, and that's a little bit more advanced. So we'll get towards that on Wednesday and Friday, but today, length. Breathe in. Exhale, tailbone down. Okay, let's do it on the mat. So you can move your bolsters and your blankets and things out of the way. One of the reasons that I'm revisiting this work is my baby is almost a toddler, and he's getting really heavy, like really freaking heavy. And I've noticed some low back issues coming back, which haven't really been there for a while. So they're coming back now, and I'm starting to do the exercises that I did right after I had the baby to get back into my body again. Hey, it's life, right? Feet onto the mat, hip bone distance apart, bend your knees. Lay down onto your back. Hey, thanks for all the love. I see those little heart bubbles. Interlace your fingers behind your head, elbows wide. And we're just doing the same thing. Breathe into your ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Looking in between your knees, inhale, breath. Exhale. Okay, stay up. Check this out. You can put a block behind the base of your neck, and man, that feels nice. It makes it easier. But the key is to keep pulling your belly down. My block is at level 2, and it's right at the base of the occiput where the head connects with the spine. So it's in a really good spot. Take your hands down alongside your waistline. Push into your left foot. Draw your belly down. If you don't want to use the block, you don't have to. Hands can stay behind your head. Otherwise, hands forward. Reach your right leg straight. Point through your foot and then floint. So you spread out your toes and activate the inner arch of your foot. Look at your leg. In the alignment of the leg, rotate your thigh in. So your knee is pointing straight up. Regularly or naturally, the knee kind of turns out when we lift the leg. Not today. Knee straight up, belly down. Here, if you touch the base of your abdomen, you should feel around the top of your pubic bone all of the transverse abdominis lit up. If your arms are straight out in front of you, push your low back down and breathe. This one was especially hard directly after having Luca, but it is getting so much easier. Just breathe. Your legs should be warming up. Filling into the ribs, feel your lower back flat and expanding. Then bend your right knee and place your foot down onto the mat. You can keep your arms where they are. This is good for the whole body. Press your right foot down to the mat. Extend your left leg long, floint your foot. Notice if your knee turns out, turn it up. Inner thigh spiraling in, back, and wide to spread out your low back. Press through the ball of your foot. Look towards your pubic bone. Draw your abdomen down and breathe. Exhale. And breathing in and out. And it's like you're sending, keep going, sending the breath into your abdomen and then down to your low back. In and out. Good, 2 more times. Knee in line with knee. Out. Last one, in and out. Good, release your knee down. Take the block away from underneath of your head, lay your head down, widen your feet, and then just tip your knees from side to side. And you can go pretty slow as you're doing this. Focus on the same kind of Durga breathing, so in and out breath. Okay, legs stretch out long. I hope you guys can see my whole body. As you stretch your legs out long, point your feet, but widen your heels. By widening your heels, you'll get it more, or you'll open up more through your low back. As you point your feet and widen your heels, interlace your fingers at the back of your head and look up. See your knees, see your pelvis, see your toes. Pull your belly in. Inhale. Exhale, belly button down towards the ground. So you come up a little bit higher. Inhale, filling, your head can lower back. Exhale, belly button in and down. Good. Inhale, breath. Just 5 of these. Exhale, belly button in and down. So you can see the opposition. There's an arc on the inhale. Arc, space under the back. Exhale, belly button in. And then last one, inhale, breath. Arc, and exhale, belly button in. Come up, 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 up. And then lay back down. Okay, bend your knees. Place your feet flat onto the mat. And watch what I do here. You're going to lengthen your low back just by wiggling your shoulders up. And then pull them down your back. So it's like you flatten out your whole body without having to move your pelvis. Woo, you can hear it in my voice. Interlace your fingers behind your head. That's one option. Or just hold with your left hand and place your right hand flat against the mat. Extend your right leg out, flowing to your foot. Pull your belly down. As you pull the belly down, really slow, lower your leg. Inhale, extend your leg straight up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Inhale. So now we're pulling more length and strength into the base of the transverse abdominis with every single exhale. Inhale, breath. This practice is for everyone, and it's such a good way to fire your abdomen and then bring it back, in a way to bring everything back into neutral. You're working your legs, you're working your arms, you're working your upper abdominals as well as the lower. Slow moving. Inhale, breath. Push your right hand down and your left foot down. Exhale, breath. Inhale, breath, come up. Exhale, feel length and strength all the way down the front of your pubic bone. 2 more. Nice job, last one. And exhale. Stretch both legs long. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms to the back, arc your back, reach and stretch, point out through your feet, and then stay here in this arc. Take an inhale, and exhale, pull your belly in. And then lengthen your spine, put your right foot flat onto the mat, interlace your fingers if you like, behind your head or just right hand. Left hand can be down on the mat. I like that variation. Floint your foot, knee to knee, crunch up. So just holding. As you're holding towards the crunch, inhale, bring your leg up overhead. Nice hamstring stretch after last week. And exhale. Stay flat in your back, strong in your belly. Inhale. And exhale. Knee pointed straight up towards the sky. Inhale. So you can start to notice your misalignments as you can watch your knee. My right knee wants to turn out, my left knee stays straight, and it's just a difference in my body now that, now that I've had a baby, or now that I do a lot of, or I've done throughout my life, a lot of sports. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now this is reverse breathing from regular crunches. Normally you would exhale up, but we're doing it differently so that we can find more length through the front of the abdomen. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good job. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep going. 2. Good, and last one. Inhale up. Exhale, back flat, leg long, inner thigh open, and leg up, head down, bend your knees. And place your feet flat onto the mat, widen your feet. And bring your knees in together. Take your hands like C's, little C. Put them at the front of your hip crease, so it's like you can grab towards the hip, but just below the bone, onto the top flesh of the thigh, and press that wide as you pull your belly in. Okay, so it's like you're taking your hands like this and you're turning out. So from middle to a little bit wider. So let's do it again. Inhale, breath. Exhale, press your hands wide and pull your belly in. So another way to say that is tip your tailbone up. Inhale, soften everything. Exhale, hands widen, pull your belly in. Okay, 3 more. Inhale, breath, soften, keep your head down. Exhale, hands widen about an inch, pull your belly in. You can hear it in my voice. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. So good. You should feel this around the base of the tailbone and down into the base of the perineum, so that space between the anus and the vagina, to be specific. Inhale, breath. I'm going to do 1 more for good measure. And exhale. Good job. Pull 1 or both knees into your chest, round your back, forehead to your knees, curl up. Stretch your legs over your head and come up to a seated position. You can sit onto a block. That was just our warm-up, and we're still doing yoga. As you sit on a block, take your knees out to the sides. You should feel nice and strong. Place your hands down onto your knees. Roll your shoulders onto your back, chin down, belly up, back long. 5 breaths. What a nice way to enter into a yoga practice with core alignment and breath work. Make fists with your hands. Turn them into fists, turn your palms face up, and then keep your elbows tight to the sides of your body and just start to rotate your wrists around. This is a practice for everyone, not just women, not just postpartum. Okay, belly tight. Reach your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers, chin at your chest. Push your arms straight up to the sky, and then keep your belly pulled in as you lift your gaze up and see your fingers. Lower your hands all the way down to the side. Interlace your fingers again at your heart. Flip your palms forward and now round your back. Push. You should get into the middle of your spine, so thoracic spine, and inhale. Lift up, 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 up. Look up. And exhale, hands down. Okay, keep the belly strong. Interlace your fingers. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, look up, reach up, belly tight. Exhale, hands all the way down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Reach your knuckles back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, chin at your chest, and then tip your chin over to one shoulder and then the other. Okay, right ear to right shoulder. Yep. And left ear over. Swing it to the left shoulder. One more time, each side of the neck. Right ear to right shoulder. Good opening. Left ear to left shoulder. And drop your chin down towards your chest. Pull your belly in and release your fingers. You can move your blocks off to the side. Come to tabletop pose. You can use a blanket underneath of your knees. I always like to. In tabletop pose, hold. Press your hands down. Round your back. Look all the way to your belly. Then inhale, lengthen your chest forward and squeeze your shoulders back so the eyes of your elbows point forward. This is a good abdominal stretch. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, lift your chest forward, squeeze the eyes of your elbows in. Last one. Exhale, round your back, squeezing, hugging all the way to the midline. Inhale, lower your belly, eyes of the elbows forward, it lengthens your neck, lift your chest and look up. And bring yourself back to neutral spine. Pretty classic yoga posture for a level 1 class. Place your left knee down and extend your right leg back, but let's make it alignment based and core based. Lift your right leg, flex your foot, and then point out through the ball of your foot, so floint. As you pull your belly in, look down behind your thumbs, so maybe towards the space underneath of your belly button. Draw your shoulders onto your back and rotate your right inner thigh up. Lift your right thigh a little bit higher. Hold here. Press your left hip back and breathe. Okay, if you followed all of those cues exactly, you should really be feeling the burn in the leg and the center of the abdomen at this point. So we're trying to, by the direction of the foot, inner thigh, in and up, we're trying to pull the body back to the midline, and that will help to close the gap. If you had any separation at the base of your abdomen, take a big inhale breath. Exhale out. Keep the leg as it is, and extend your left arm forward. Extend your left arm with your thumb pointed up, spread your fingers wide. It's easy to get really lazy in the core in this position and kind of arc your back and let everything go. That will create back pain later on. Pull your belly back in, look down. At the space in between your belly button and stay here, lift your inner right thigh higher. I'm pretty flexible, and if you are too, you should still be burning, feeling the inner thigh line. And exhale now, elbow to knee. Go really slow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand out. Keep your leg as it is, lower your left hand down, and then hold here, but take your leg over to the left side. Bend your elbows, it just stretches out the abdominal muscles. Look to the left. Press your hips left, or to the right, and look to the left. And come back to center. Release your knees down. Take your knees wide, child's pose, hips back to heels. Wiggle your elbows out in front of you. So try this one. You can grab your blocks. Turn them into a little bit of a little triangle, maybe like a little half chevron. Take your elbows onto your blocks, hands together, and lower your belly. Then bring your thumbs to the back of your neck, and with your thumbs at the back of your neck, point your tailbone down and back. And that will help you to get deeper into your triceps. And then fill up, inhale, breath. Exhale, point your tailbone down and back. Soften your shoulders, inhale. And exhale. Good job. Extend your arms out in front of you. You can come up, move your blocks off to the sides, tabletop pose. Spread your fingers wide, knees underneath of your hips. Do any wiggles or shakes that would help you to feel a little bit better in your body. And then right knee down, extend your left leg back, lift it up, hold. Immediately you can see it. I go like this, right? So I get out of alignment, and then you pull it back in. Tone your belly. Look down in between your hands, then back towards your belly button. Arc your foot. So lift your arch. Floint back through your toes. Rotate your big toe down so your inner thigh lifts up, 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 up. That's what Lucas says now. He goes up, up, up. Mommy, up, up, up. Holding here, draw your right hip back and then bring your belly in. Okay, left leg is en fuego. Feeling the burn. And press your left hand down so it's sturdy. Eye of the elbow forward. You shouldn't feel any pain in your shoulder because of the strength of your biceps. Extend your right arm out in front of you. Grip your finger or spread your fingers. Activate your hand. Draw your right shoulder back and hold. Breathe. Gazing down under your belly button. You guys are like, what is going on this week? This is hard. Me too. Me too. But it's necessary. We need it. Take a big inhale breath. This is correct breathing for crunches. Exhale. Pull your belly in. Go really slow. Inhale, lengthen. Press out through the ball of your foot. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. So good and so slow. One more. Inhale, lengthen. And release your hand down. Keep your left toes up. Take them over to the right side. With your toe pads against the mat, bend your elbows. Press your hips to the left and look over your right shoulder. And then just wiggle and shake a little bit. Side to side. Good job getting into the back muscles. Hands flat. This was also really good for sciatica, which I don't know about you guys, I'm experiencing. Press your hands down. Eyes at the elbows forward. Straight arms. Look forward. Curl your toes under. And then lift your knees. And as you lift your knees, you're kind of in this little crawling position. But now, track your gaze back underneath of your belly button. Pull it back. Slow, slow, slow. There. Zip your belly button in a little bit more. And we're just going to rock. Right heel back. Left heel back. Rocking through the knees and the feet. Try to keep your back really stable. We're going to do this for about 10 minutes. I'm totally kidding. We're going to do this for about 45 seconds. Knee forward. Other knee forward. Belly in, knee forward. Other knee forward. One more time. Knee forward, other knee forward, down dog. Lift your hips, yeah. Lower your heels down to the mat. And then bend one knee at a time and just rock out through the backs of your legs. You can bend your left knee and your left elbow, look to the right. Bend your right knee and your right elbow, look to the left. And that will help you to get deeper into your oblique muscles. Oh yeah. Good job. Walk forward. Feet to hands. Wide feet at hip bone distance apart. So let's do it. Take your hands into a fist. Push your fists together. Press your fist down in between your big toe mounds. That is hip bone distance. Bend your knees. You're welcome to use your blocks. Take your elbows to your blocks or grab opposite elbows. Hang your head and press your buttocks back. As you press the buttocks back, we're getting into the innermost hamstrings, but notice your feet. Keep lifting your inner arches and press all of your toe pads down gently. If this is a little too supported, you don't need the blocks. You can grab opposite elbows and just sway, elbows side to side. Hang through the back of your head, lengthen the back of your neck, almost done. Okay, release your hands down to the mat. Bend your knees deep, and now reach your arms straight out in front of you like you're holding on to a beach ball. You should be in this little chair position, but widen your buttocks. Widen your buttocks a lot, like you're trying to open up the space underneath of your sits bones. Lift the arches of your feet. Put the weight back into your heels and chair pose. Inhale, slowly come up, but look down. Look down, look down, look down. Exhale, stand. Hands to your sides. Okay, so let's do another breathing exercise. Bring the big toes in just a little bit closer, not necessarily touching, but a slightly more narrow stance. And take your hands down, press like you're trying to push the ground away. Look straight out in front of you. Inhale, breath, and then hold the breath. Pull your belly in. Exhale, release your hands. Okay, so the hands are going to be active. Hasta Bandha, arch is active, Pada Bandha, and Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. So we'll talk more about bandhas on Wednesday, but for those of you that are familiar, we're locking everything into the center. Okay, flex your hands, push the heels of your hands down, take an inhale breath. Lift your ribs, hold the breath. Suck your belly in, no breathing. Exhale. And release your hands. So we're pulling the breath up underneath of the rib cage. One more. Flex the hands. Activate the feet. Inhale, breath. Chest lifts, chin down. Now pull your belly in. In. Your tailbone lengthens. Holding breath. Exhale. Good job. Reach your arms up over your head. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Bend your knees. Fold forward. Go down. Lift your chest halfway. Inhale. Breath. Step your left leg back into a deep lunge. Lower your left knee down to the mat. Reach your left arm forward out in front of you, and then your right. So here, let me say that better. Reach your left arm up over your head and your right hand forward out in front of you. So you can see the position of my body. My belly's kind of falling forward. Grab your right hand into a fist, and now pull your belly in and your right hip back. Oh yeah. Inhale. Release and shift your hips forward. Exhale like a fist. Pull your belly in and your right hip back. Do you feel that? Stretch through the psoas, attention to the center of the abdomen. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Good. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Yeah, one more. Inhale. Exhale. Both arms up. Lift your chest, lean back. Lower your left hand down to the inside of your right foot, twist. Right hand to the sky. Lower your right hand down to the mat, step right foot back, plank pose. Hold here. Of course plank was coming. Grip your fingertips into the mat and now round your back and come onto your tippy toes. Inhale, look forward, press your heels back. Exhale, lift up onto your tippy toes, round your back. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, round. Hollow out. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your knees and press back to downward facing dog to soften your shoulders. Rock your hips from side to side. Bend one elbow and then the other. Look forward to your hands and step your feet up. Bring your big toes to touch this time. Widen your heels just a few inches. It depends on your alignment. You want the third toe to draw a straight line back through the center of your heel. Then bend your knees. Grab the backs of your calf muscles, nose to shin bones, fold. Notice your breath. Bottom of the exhale, going deeper. And inhale, reach your arms out to the sides and come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, belly up, chin down. Good stuff. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head, look up. Exhale, fold forward, go down, touch the mat. Lift your right leg back behind you, step back into a deep lunge. Lower your right knee down and look forward. Take your right arm up over your head and your left arm straight out in front of you. So we're loosening on the inhale. With your left hand, make a fist. Pull your belly in and your left hip and shoulder back. Inhale, loosen it up. Exhale. Inhale, loosen it up. And it's like you're drawing the legs into scissors. Exhale, squeeze shoulder back, hip back. Blades of scissors coming together. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Belly in. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Keep the engagement, both arms up. Lift your chest, lean back. So good. Lower your right hand down to the inside of your foot and swing your left arm up over your head, twist. Nice for the hip. Lower your left hand down to the mat and step your left leg back. Let's go down to the knees for just a second. On your knees and on your forearms, stack your elbows directly underneath of your shoulders, interlace your fingers, and then widen the heels of your hands out. Turn your thumbs up. And it's like we're setting up for a headstand, but we're not going to. Extend your legs back into a really low plank. Tone your belly. Draw your shoulders onto your back, away from your ears. Breathing here. Look down. Find your breath, gentle ujjayi, if you like ujjayi breath. Soft constriction at the back of the throat. Good, almost there, 10 seconds. You should be shaking. 2 and 1. Look forward, lower your hips. Release the tops of your feet down and bring your elbows again underneath of your shoulders, but your hands wide so that they're like number 11. Draw your shoulders back. Be gentle. Drag the front of your chest forward. Shoulders back, chest forward, hips forward, belly tight, feet reach back in opposition. Gentle on your back. Okay, widen your elbows, press your hands down, and then take your arms straight out in front of you. Hope you all can see me. Okay, hands, feet back, like number 11, but palms face in. Press your hands down. You can use a block if you'd like a block for your forehead. Push your forehead down against the ground or a block and lift your right leg up so that your knee lifts, your foot lifts, your shin lifts. Holding here, press everything else down. Foot down, left foot, hands down, head down. Breathing. Inner thigh rotating towards the sky. And then release your right foot down. Other side, left leg lifts, push, head down, hands down, foot down. Breathing. So good. Release your foot down. Take your hands underneath of your shoulders or underneath of your chest And you can just have, let's do right hand stacked in front of left, elbows underneath of shoulders, hold there. Okay, right leg up, and we're pulsing. Lift from your butt. It should barely move. Up, 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 up. So little tiny pulses. Everything else is pressing down. Even the gaze can look down so that you can lengthen the back of your neck and not put too much stress on your spine. Okay, right foot down, little pulses, lift your left and up, 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 up. Gotta work all of the core. Back muscle core, belly core, side body core. And release. Head down, belly down, arms stretch out, hands flat, feet relax, and breathe. Slide your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes under. You can push up to plank or knee plank. Let's move the blanket out of the way. Then go to downward facing dog and bend your knees. Press your buttocks up. Lift your right leg high. Bring your right knee to the back of your right wrist. Shin at a 45-degree angle. Pigeon pose. Settle in. Meaning, come all the way down to your forearms. As you're here on your forearms, you can press the palms of your hands together, curl your back toes under, and then wiggle it back just a little bit further. And you can do that many times. Wiggle your left toes back as you rock your hips from side to side, and you're just nurturing the outer hip. From this position, elbows underneath of shoulders, let's make it about the core. Look down, pull your belly in. As you draw your belly in, you're lengthening your spine. Oh man, that length in the spine puts more activity into the psoas muscle, so it really gets deeper into the hip. Rather than looking forward, we get kind of lazy when we look down and back. Oh, immediately it's deeper. I hope you guys are feeling the same. Belly in, belly in. Okay, arms, stretch them out in front of you. Rest your forehead down. Then take your hands back and put them on top of the back of your buttocks, your low back. Press the top of your left foot down, the front of your right shin down, and inhale, come up. Using your glutes. Right? It's tough. Lower back down, forehead down. Press your shin down, your hands down, your foot down, and inhale, come up. Good job. And now exhale, lower down. Just 2 of those. Stretch your arms out in front of you and your left arm underneath of your right. Lay your left ear down. You can put your head onto a block. Press into your right hand and just turn. Look to the right. Even if your right hip lifts up a little bit, that's okay. We need some twisting in today's practice. And then look down. Lower back onto your hands. Curl your left toes under. Use your core to get there. Downward facing dog. Step back. And pedal down. One heel and then the other. Rocking your hips side to side. Let's lift. Left leg up. Exhale. Left knee to left elbow. Left wrist. Shin at a 45-degree angle. Top of your foot to the mat. Lower down to your elbows. Rock front to back or side to side. Slide your right knee closer to the midline of your mat so you can wiggle in, and then stretch your right toes further back behind you. So now wiggle back and then rock side to side, and you should feel like you're in better alignment. Ooh, thanks for the love. I love this. I love teaching alignment without assisting. It's been really interesting because you know I love assisting. So knee in, toes back. Oi, oi, oi. And then just rock out the hip. So this is great for core work, great for sciatica. Now look down. In between your elbows and your left shin, pull your belly in and draw your left hip back, back, back. If you need to find more space, wiggle your right foot back a little bit further. You can rock side to side again. Feel the length in your spine and then the access to your abdomen. Okay. Hands. You can bring your forehead down, hands onto your low back or buttocks. Press the top of your right foot down. Press your left hip down, your left shin down, and inhale, come up. Woo-hoo. And then forehead back down to the mat. Press down using the strength of your buttocks. Inhale, come up. Yes. And forehead back down. Extend your left arm out. Thread your right arm underneath of you, right here to the block or to the mat. Press your left hand down and twist. Oh yeah. Turning. Lift the back of your left buttocks up a little bit. Turning. Turning. So nice. And then lower your forehead down, hands down underneath of your shoulders. Use your core. Lift your hips and then draw your left leg back. Downward facing dog. Rock your hips from side to side. So amazing. Walk your feet forward up to the front of your mat, but widen them all the way out to the edges. Turn your toes out. Drop your buttocks down into a little squat. A good key for a squat position is you can put a blanket underneath of your heels. And as your heels touch down on the blanket, it helps you to rock forward so you get a little bit more opening into the arches of your feet. Bring your hands together, elbows to your inner knees, gaze down and pull your belly in. Press your finger pads together, put a round into your low back and draw your belly in. Activate so it's like you're squeezing your knees to your elbows and at the same time push your elbows out wide. Belly in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and look down. Hands to the mat, widen your heels and fold forward. Get some blood flow into the back of your knees. And then look forward, move the blanket off to the side, and have a seat on your mat. Okay, I hope you're feeling great. Really good and open in your back and kind of put back together in your abdomen. Hold on to the front of your knees, feet flat, feet wide, shoulders distance apart. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Do it slowly. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And inhale, lift. Bring the soles of your feet together. Take your knees open wide to the sides. You can put blocks underneath of the outer edges of your knees. That's a good option. And then scoot your buttocks back. As you scoot the buttocks back, it tips you further forward into your pelvis. Hold on to your ankles and now lift your chest forward, forward, forward. Once you get to a certain, incline of this position, you can widen your elbows. Pull the belly in and fold. Oh, that's so good. Keep pulling the belly in. Wrap your fingers around the front of your toes. And then fold your forehead down to the arches of your feet, not your heels. Reach towards the arches so you can stay long in your chest. And then look forward, draw your heels back as you look forward. Come up, knees together, and lie on your back. Have a bolster or a blanket and blocks nearby, because we'll use that at the end of our practice. When you lay down onto your back, feels amazing. Pull your right knee into your chest, but bend your left knee and put your foot flat onto the mat. Bring your right knee over to the right side and back to the middle, just a few times to loosen at the hip. Good. Slide your left foot, so listen to this, slide your left foot over to the right. Cross your right knee over top of your left. Push your elbows down and move your hips to the right, then drop into a twist. Open up your chest, gaze to the right. Here, breathe in. And get really soft on your exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Roll to your left. Roll all the way to your left. Then pull your right knee up to your chest as you roll onto your back. We're doing these in a specific way to protect the low back from twisting too deep. Feet onto the mat. Hug your left knee into your chest. Squeeze it in. And then just rock it towards the outer shoulder and back to middle a few times. Okay, take your knee wide. Bring your right foot over to the left side of the mat. Cross your left leg over top of the right. Push your elbows down so you're using your upper body. Slide your hips to the left and let your knees drop to the right. Take your left arm out to the side. Gaze to the left and get really relaxed here. On Wednesday, we will get much deeper into breath and core work, but I don't want to give it all away at once. So I'll keep you give you a cliffhanger. That's the word. A cliffhanger for Wednesday. Okay, roll your upper body to the right. Take your left hand to your left knee and then bring it to your chest as you roll onto your back. Take both knees up to your chest and then extend your legs straight up to the sky. Most common position is that the feet come over the face. Not today. Bring the feet over the hips. Relax your toes, arms out to the sides, legs just kind of dangling or flickering like the flame of a candle. Feel that your lower back is flat against the mat. And if that is impossible for your back, you can put a blanket underneath of your low back, and that will give you a little bit of padding, and it will help you to find or fill the arc at the center of the thoracic spine so that you can get flat. And breathe. So great. Bend your knees, place your feet down onto your mat, and go very slow, windshield wiper, to stretch out the front of your abdomen. Windshield wiper your knees to the other side. Feel the stretch into your rib cage all the way down to the front of your hip and thigh. Center, and then stretch. And now if you need more, you can pick up your left heel and put it on your outer right knee. Hold this for a few breaths. Gaze to the right. Gaze to the left. Doesn't matter. Gaze in a direction that feels opposite of the knee. And then release your heel first. Tone your belly to bring your knees up. And take your knees to the other side. You can hook your ankle on your knee and gaze the opposite direction of the knees. Release your ankle. Bring your exhale. Bring your knees back to center. And then bring your knees up to your rib cage and just hold. Plug everything in. Gather them together at the middle. Wrap your arms around your shin bones, forehead to knees. And lay your head back down. Here is where we'll use our bolster. So you grab your bolster and put it underneath of your knees. You can also just do a pile of blankets, or if you're like me and you have kind of a slim bolster, do a bolster and a blanket. Relax the backs of your knees down, and then relax your upper back. You can lengthen your tailbone so you feel more positioning of your back against the mat and the hips turn out. As the hips turn out, the feet can even curl in a little bit so they're closer together, like a long diamond position. Take your arms out to the side. Let's breath work. Let's do some breath work our way into Shavasana. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Back flat, hold for 5. Inhale. Exhale. Back flat, hold for 6. Inhale. Exhale, back flat. Hold for 7. Inhale. Back flat. Exhale. Hold for 8. Opposite. Inhale. Hold for 8. Exhale. We're ending class now. It should end in the next couple seconds. Inhale. Hold for 7. If the class ends before we end the breath exercise, just make sure you do it on your own. Exhale.